Good afternoon, students. We have completed the biography of John Donne, and I'm pretty sure that whatsoever has been left in this biography, in this short introduction, you would have completed that till now. Okay, I have given you 1 day, and yes, I guess you have prepared a good introduction for your long question answers. Okay, and obviously you are prepared now for your short answers. Okay, at least you know about the writer now. Okay, so the poems we have in our syllabus, there are 2 poems, and today we are going to, if we time permits, we are going to complete both of the poems. But yes, today we are going to do a valediction forbidding Mourning. Okay, as we have discussed lately in the previous lecture, we have discussed this thing that this is a good example, this is a best representative poems of metaphysical poetry. And I'm pretty sure that you have searched about what is metaphysical poetry exactly, because this is a point, this is a question that questioner, examiner is going to ask you. Okay, describe John Donne as a metaphysical poet. So this is the question that primarily you are going to be asked in exams. Okay, and yes, so metaphysical poetry, as I have said, that we are going to see the examples in the valediction. Okay, so yeah, see, in the metaphysical poetry, yeah, we have already defined this thing. Okay, so we see a basic difference between sensual love and platonic love in the poetry of John Donne. Okay, so he think that the real type of love is spiritual one. Okay, spiritually you are connected to this type of love is the real type of love, rather than the sensual love or physical love. Okay, the love which you receive from senses. Okay, beautiful eyes, rosy lips and things. Okay, beautiful skin and appearance, this kind of love, this is sensual love. And John Donne is a kind of poet that do not appreciate this kind of love. Okay, now so he basically admired the platonic kind of love, or the spiritual union of the soul. Okay, so today we are going to study about valediction forbidding Mourning. Okay, so what is the title suggest us? Okay, what is a valediction? Valediction is basically, it is a kind of speech when it is made when leaving or parting some company. That means that you are parting with somebody. Okay, you are going somewhere, you are departing. Okay, this is a kind of farewell that you give to somebody. Okay, the somebody can be anybody, right? Your friend, your family, your loved one, anybody. Okay, so valediction is basically what? A speech that's been made when you are parting with your loved ones. Okay, simply you can say, okay, that those words or phrases you said when you are leaving. Okay, this is a kind of goodbye. Okay, so this is the thing, this is a kind of farewell. Okay, so this is the valediction, and he said, okay, as the title suggests us, a valediction forbidding Mourning. Mourning is when you lament. Okay, when you're sad, you're crying. Okay, that is Mourning. Okay, when somebody is going, you started crying because of the this is a kind of expression of sorrow. Okay, this is a lamentation actually. Okay, so Mourning, and the second thing is you mourn when somebody, you are very sad, you are very you're expressing your feelings over someone's death also. Okay, so that is also the word Mourning is used. Okay, so the valediction, he say basically somebody is parting, this is valediction, that means that this is a farewell, and the kind of farewell which forbid Mourning. Okay, so this is a kind of title. The title itself give us some kind of idea that what the writer is up to. Okay, we are receiving a kind of idea from the title itself. Okay, what should be there in the poem? Only while reading the title, we are receiving a kind of idea about the poem. Okay, so let's just start. Now, as virtuous men pass mildly away and whisper their souls to go, whilst some of their sad friends do say, the breath goes now, and some say no. Okay, so these are very beautiful, beautiful kind of lines. See, this poem, Valediction, it was Donne's most famously metaphorical poem. We know this thing, right? Donne, he has wrote this poem in 1611. You know, this was the time when we were reading, when we were studying the biography. We know this thing that in 1611 he was going on a long trip to France and Germany. This was the time period. Okay, so he was just leaving his home in England, and he was going on a trip to France and Germany. Okay, and his wife, she cannot go with him. Okay, so she was stuck at home. And yes, the thing is that this living at home without him, this is going to be pretty tough for her, because this was the time, not this was the time, she already have like 12 kids, as I have said. Okay, she has this responsibilities, right? And bearing all these kind of responsibilities alone, this is a pretty tough task, right? So to cheer her up, you can say he just wrote a very gorgeously romantic poem. He's just trying to say that, okay, we have to be apart, okay, but yes, but we should not mourn about that. Okay, there should not be tear, floods and things. Okay, so this was the thing. Okay, so he is just trying to provide us a kind of picture that physical presence, it is not importance, rather than the connection of spirit or connection of the soul, it is more important. And this is the connection or the spiritual love that can endure even in the toughest situations. Okay, so the whole poem, it is all about that. All right, so now let's read it, a Valediction. Okay, so as we have discussed this thing, that Valediction, what it means a farewell. Okay, it means a kind of goodbyes. Okay, so forbidding mourning is, that means that the lover or the person, he is bidding goodbye to his beloved or to friend, but there is a forbidding. Okay, he's stopping the lover from crying or on mourn. Okay, so this is the thing. As virtuous men pass mildly away. Okay, so this is a topic of discussion, that what exactly is virtuous. Okay, who you classify as virtuous person. Okay, so this is a matter of discussion, that if we are doing the regular classes, we would have discussed this thing, that okay, who according to you is the virtuous man or the virtuous person. Okay, so you have to write this thing in the comment section, that in the WhatsApp section, that who virtuous who is a virtuous person according to you. Okay, so virtuous. Okay, virtuous is somebody who has all these moral qualities. Okay, that person is the virtuous. Somebody who's full of virtues, somebody having a very excellent kind of moral character, that is a virtuous person. तो यहाँ पे जो ये बोल रहा है, that virtuous person, just like we say that people, saint, they are virtuous because they have these all kind of excellent moral characters. So he is just trying to compare it. He's just trying to compare. He's just trying to make this lover stop crying. He simply said that as the virtuous man passes mildly away. Pass. What do you mean by pass Pass means death. the way these virtuous people, these saints, they pass away, they met their death. Okay, they met their death. Similarly, they how they pass away, how they how they pass, how they die without making a very big show of their death. Okay, the expression, they are not haphazardous. Okay, these virtuous people, they just mildly accept their death. Okay, they just whisper to their soul to go. Okay, so what they want, they just want quietly, they just want to go quietly. Okay, there is no pomp and show of their death. Okay, and what they say that they just whisper their souls to go. They just say to their soul, they're just whispering to their souls to go. That means that, okay, I want to die. They just make their soul departure. Okay, while this, some of their sad friend do say the breath goes now, and some say no. Okay, see, some of their sad friends, okay, the people, somebody is dying, obviously their loved one, they surround him. Okay, they will surround the person who's dying. Okay, so the people standing around their bed, the people surrounding him, obviously they do not want him to die. Okay, so some people, they said, okay, the breath goes now. Okay, some will say that, okay, I think the breath is gone, that means the person is dying now. Some say no. Okay, there are some people, they said, okay, no, this is not going to happen, he's not dying away. Okay, so this is the expression given by the loved ones, the friends, the people around him, not by the virtuous people, he said, not by the people, not by the person who is dying. This is the expression that has been given by the sad friends, the people who are around the dying person. But the virtuous people, they are not afraid of death. Okay, they are not afraid of death, and they just pass away very quietly. They just whisper to their soul to leave in very in silence. Okay, and these friends, they are sad. Okay, because they they are sad that, okay, the person is dying, and others, they hope that, okay, maybe he will not die. They are not ready to accept the death of the person. Okay, so yes, so let us melt and make no noise. Okay, so yes, let us melt and make no noise. No tear floods, no sign tempest move. It were profanation of our joys to tell laity about our love. Okay, so see, there is a very good, you can say, the things they have been said. They're very excited about these words. Okay, there is a kind of exaggeration here. Okay, चीज़ें बहुत बढ़ा चढ़ा के गई. Okay, let us melt, let's just depart. Okay, and just make no noise. Okay, there should be no noise when we are, we are saying goodbye to ourselves, we are departing from each other, and let's just make no noise. There should be no tear floods. Okay, there are tears, and there is the flood of tears. So these things, they are said in a very exaggerated way. Okay, there should be no flooding of tears. Okay, there should be no sign tempest move. There should be nothing like that. So this line, this is a figure of speech which is called hyperboles. When there is the exaggeration, हर चीज़ क्या है, चीज़ों को बढ़ा चढ़ा के यहाँ पे लिखा गया है, that there will be no floods of tears, there will be no sign tempests. Okay, so these are the hyperbole. So he said that it were profanation of our joys to tell laity about our love. Okay, so what he said, that it will be very profane, it will be very unclean, very that would be not that would be very unholy to do such thing. Okay, he just think our love, it is very pure. Okay, and that will be very profane if we try to present, if we try to display our love, if we try to display our emotions in this way. Okay, so what he said that let's just melt, just like the virtuous people, let's just get separated. Because yes, definitely the poet, he's going somewhere, the lover, one lover is going somewhere, and definitely they are going to be separated. But he said that okay, we will be separated without making any kind of drama, without showing any kind of, without displaying any kind of sentiment, without any crying. Okay, so there will be no tear floods, there will be no tears, there will be no sign. Okay, sign is the expression when you are, you're deeply in sorrow. Okay, sign means that आप लंबी लंबी सांसें ले रहे हैं, ठंडी सांसें भरना जिसे कहते हैं. Okay, there will be no sign, tempest move. Okay, so this is a kind of sensibility he is using here, the unification of sensibility, blending emotions and ideas together. Okay, emotions and ideas together. Okay, so what he say, that they should not show emotion in front of laity. Laity is the people who are there. भीड़ को लेटी बोलते हैं, the people who are gathered there. If we try to display our love, our true love, our pure love in front of these people, that will be so profane, so unholy. Okay, so I guess this line is these two paragraphs, they are okay. So see what he's trying to say here, that our love, it is very pure, we are better than the world. Okay, but these people, these common people, the laity, they will not understand it. Okay, so he is just trying to say here that we should not tell them about our love. Okay, so now let's, I guess these two paragraphs, you understood these two paragraphs. Okay, so yes, basically he's just trying to wish, there is a kind of wish of these lovers to be part quietly, without making any kind of noise, without making any kind of crying and mourning. Okay, so yes, he is just trying to say that will be a very disgraceful if we tell people about our love. Now let's just move to it, the next paragraph here, third paragraph. Yes, all right. Moving of the earth brings harms and fair. Moving of the earth, what it means, moving of earth, it means the earthquake. Okay, he has used these words very cleverly. Moving of the earth. Okay, so what is moving of the earth? Moving of the earth, that means the earthquake. Okay, so this is a very different way of saying earthquake, moving of the earth. So earthquake are very unexplained phenomena, you can say. Okay, so when he said moving of the earth, it brings harms and fair, so he is emphasizing on the violence created by the earthquake. When earthquake happens, it just brings harms and fair to people and to the property and earth. Okay, so when earthquake happens, it just brings harms and fair among people. Okay, so everybody, they are afraid, there is a kind of fear in the mind of people when there is the earthquake. Men reckon what it did and meant. Okay, people are puzzled that okay, what it did, okay, what has happened, they do not understand this thing. This is a very uncommon, not uncommon, it is a very common natural disaster, you can say. Okay, so people, they do not understand that what it meant and what it did. They do not understand this thing. Okay, so earthquake, basically it brings great calamities. This is the great disaster. Okay, so when an earthquake happens, it just, men will think about it, that why it has happened, what are its consequences and things like that. Okay, so this is the thing. But okay, the trepidation of the sphere, though greater far, is innocent. Trepidation is the rotation or the revolution of the earth into its sphere. Okay, so this is a kind of you can say a kind of planetary movement. Okay, they are talking about the planetary movement, how earth rotate into its axis. Okay, the trepidation of the sphere, it is greater far than this event, it is greater than this earthquake, but it is greater, but it is innocent. He's just trying to compare here, okay, men and his life here. Okay, he's just trying to compare that how we love. So what did he say? He said that earthquake, it create great damage. Men try to calculate what damage it has caused and why it has happened. Okay, लेकिन वो जो movement होता है, the trepidation of the larger planetary body, it is much greater, but it does not create any kind of destruction. Okay, so he's just trying to compare his love with these two events. Okay, so he's just trying to compare it, that our love should be like the trepidation of the sphere. This is a greater event, but it is innocent. Nobody try to compare it, nobody try to calculate it. It do not cause any kind of damage. This is a great event, but the earthquake, it just provide it just create a great damage. Okay, but this event, nothing happens when the earth or the other planet they move. Okay, so he said that the parting of lover, it should be peaceful. Okay, we should not make these great noises like the earthquake. Okay, but our love, it should be as peaceful as these big things like the trepidation of the earth. Okay, so okay, so you understand this thing. Now next paragraph, dull sublunary lovers love. Now he's talking about different kind of love. The first kind of love that he has shown us, the love which is based on spiritual union. Okay, the love in which we should not display in front of people. Now he's talking about different kind of love, you can say cheap kind of love. What he said dull sublunary lovers love. See, sublunary, what it means? Sublunary means something which is which is under the moon. Sublunary means below the moon, something which is situated between earth and moon, that is sublunary. Okay, so what he said, the dull sublunary lovers love. Okay, so he's talking about the lovers, the ordinary kind of lovers, the earthly lovers. Okay, whose soul is sense cannot admit absence, because it doubt removed those things which alimented it. Okay, so he's just talking about those earthly lovers, those and below the moon, it means somebody who's living in the earth. So he's talking about here about ordinary love, the earthly lovers. Okay, whose soul is the sense, and that means that the love is based on senses. Okay, these sensual kind of lovers, these kind of lover, they cannot admit the absence of what? Absence of the lover. If there is the absence, that love will be removed. Okay, if there is the absence, the love, it will be removed. If the lover is absent there, their love, it will be removed, because their love is based on the things which alimented it. Okay, because their love, it is based on the bodily things, on the senses. Okay, the sensory things. Okay, the love is based only because of the physical beauty, because their love is based on the body. Okay, so that's why he said that it will remove, it does remove those things which alimented it. What has alimented it? The body. The body has alimented the love. The body has created the love. Because of the physical beauty of the love, this kind of love is generated. And when there is the absence of the body, they cannot bear it. Okay, they cannot bear this kind of love, because it is the body that has created this love. That's why he called them dull. They are dull and sublunary lovers. Okay, so absence of the physical body, they cannot bear it, because this is the physical body that on which the love is based. Okay, so he's just trying to say here that the love of worldly people, okay, the worldly people, it is physical, and such people, such kind of lovers, they cannot bear the physical separation. If they are separated, their love is over. So he's just trying to differentiate between the sensual love and the platonic love, or the spiritual love, you say. Getting it? So what he's trying to say, that the true love, it doesn't get affected by the absence, whereas the worldly people whose love is just based on the physical beauty, these kind of people, these kind of lovers, they cannot bear the physical separation. And since the body is the prime element of their love will be over. Their love will be completed. It will be disappear, rather, you can say, when there is the physical separation. Okay, so this is the reason he said that our love, it is divine. It is let's just read the second line. He said that, okay, our love is much more refined. Okay, why he said that? Because for us the body doesn't matter. So he said, now but we by a love so much refined, so much deep, that ourselves know what it is, that we do not know what it is. Okay, we are not aware of that. Inter-assured of mind, careless eyes, lips and hands to miss. Our love, it is very defined. We love so much. Our love is so refined that we do not know, we cannot comprehend the depths of our love. Okay, so this love, it is a good example of platonic love. See, we cannot understand depth of our love. We are inter-assured of our mind. Okay, we are inter-assured of the mind. We are connected through mind. It is the mind that matters to us, not the physical beauty. Careless, what means? That they care less about these eyes, these lips and hand to miss. We do not miss these eyes, lips and things. Okay, so yes, they are mutually assured of their minds. They cannot, they do not care about missing the physical body. So they do not miss the physical presence of a lover. So this is the reason he said, why you cry when I go away? Okay, so he is just giving us the definition of a platonic love, that we should not care, we care less about these eyes, lips and hand to miss. We do not miss the physical body. So why do you care? So they said, do not cry, because we are not love, because our love, it is not based on the body. So he gave us the famous example. So he said, our two souls therefore which are one. Okay, he said that our souls, although we have two souls, but yes, our souls, they are one. Okay, the physical, there is this spiritual union of our soul. Though I must go, endure not yet a breach but an expansion. Okay, so he said that do not cry. Okay, just because I am leaving. Okay, see what it matter is the mind. Okay, like the gold to yearly thinness beat. So he said our love, it is an expansion. Just like the gold, when you beat it, it spread, it expand. So our soul, they are one. Okay, so although I have to go, and even if I go away from you, okay, you have to endure it. Okay, we will endure it. Our love will not lost, because this is not a breach. It will not break. Okay, we do not suffer or endure a break in our love. Our love will only expand. So what will happen? It will just expand, just like gold. It expand when there is the when the goldsmith beats. It just expand. Okay, the gold can be beaten into thin sheets. Same way our love, it will stretch. Okay, rather than ending or our love, it will stretch, just like the gold, it just stretch when we beat it. Okay, so he said that okay, there will be no break, but it will be rather the expansion of our love. So he gave us this famous example of conceit, the famous metaphorical conceit. If they be two, they are two so. Okay, if they, here they means he's talking about his soul. He said if they are we two, if our souls, they are two. Okay, they are two so. Okay, there are two since we in the previous paragraph he said that okay, although we are two souls but we are one. Okay, whatever we are feeling like a one soul. But here he said that okay, let's be two. Okay, if there are two souls, which we are two. Okay, but we are how? We are like the stiff twin compass are two. Okay, as stiff twin compass are two. So whenever we try to compare two things with as or like, there is the simile here, the figure of speech, it is simile. So he said that our soul, they are two just like the legs of twin compass, the two legs of twin compass, the two legs of the compass. You must have seen compass, I guess. Compass का use हर किसी ने करा है, right? So just try to remember, try to sign the compass in your mind. Okay, how it is. So he say that okay, if we have two souls, we are just like those two legs of a compass. Okay, even they appear as a two leg, but actually they are fixed in a one point. So they are not two. Okay, they are just connected in a way. Okay, they are connected at a fixed point. So even if they are two, their souls are two, but they are just like the twin compass. In the end, they are just one. Okay, they are fixed at a point. He said, thy soul, the fixed foot. Thy means yours, your foot. Your soul is the fixed foot. Make no show to move, but doth if the other do. Okay, so what he say, that you are like the fixed foot, which make no show, which make no movement. Okay, to move, you are the fixed leg. Okay, and the second leg is me. He just say the other leg. Okay, to move, but doth if the other do. Okay, so he said that the you are just like the fixed foot. Okay, you are the straight foot which do not move, but you, if other do. Okay, you are just the straight foot. Even if I am far away, you make no show to move. It it remain fixed in one point. He just same way he said, he talk about the lover here, that you are this fixed play. You are this foot who is fixed in a place, whereas the other foot of the compass, it moves. Okay, so yes, he said that your soul moves only if the other moves. You make no movement, but your soul only moves if the other moves. Okay, the common movement of a compass. How he has tried to compare very dissimilar kind of images or the object with each other. Okay, so this is a very famous example of metaphoric conceit. Okay, and though it in the center sit, yet when the other far doth room, it leans and hearkens after it goes erect, and that comes home. Okay, even the first foot, it will lean if other goes away, but it will become erect when the other comes back. Okay, see, the fixed foot of the compass, that is the beloved. Okay, who sits in the center, and when the other foot it moves or the roams, the fixed foot it moves toward it, then follows it. Okay, and when the moving foot it comes home, the fixed foot it just stand erected or steed in love and meet the other foot. So this is how he compared his love. Okay, so what he's trying to say, okay, he's just trying to display us the movement of the lovers. He said that I am the foot which make the movement. Okay, and you are the leg who sits silently in the center without making any kind of movement. Okay, even if that I will, the foot who's roaming around, okay, finally it will come home, it will leans and larkens after it. Okay, so the love, it will not be, okay, the lover, it will leans towards the lover at last. Okay, and it comes home, he said. Okay, so such will thou be to me, who must like the other foot. In such a way you are, you are to me, who must be like the other foot, obliquely run. Thy firmness make my circle just, and makes me end where I begin. Okay, so he said that, okay, just like the fixed foot of the compass, okay, the fixed foot of the compass, you are just like that to me. Okay, it is you, your steadiness, your firmness, which make my circle just, which justify my circle. See, यहाँ पे इस circle को मत imagine करो. Just try to think about life. Okay, try to think about the existence. He said that it is your firmness, it is your steadiness which is making my life just full, which is making my life just full, making my existence just full. And it is you which makes me end where I begin. When you are when you are steady, my circle will correct, and I will just come back to you. Okay, so our love, it will be completed even after the absence. Even if I will part away from you, I will come back to you. Why it happens? This is because of your steadiness, your firmness. It is your firmness that I will come back to where I begin from. Okay, so he's just trying to say here that my existence is just begin with you and it will end with you, because you are so loyal and you are so fixed and steady. So the firmness, it is the love that make me complete, make my existence complete, make me work properly. And I will come back to you from the place. I will come back, my existence, it will end where it has been started. So this is, this poetry just shows us the intellectual wit and metaphysical conceit. Okay, and the imaginary, it is drawn from the physical sciences of the mathematics, like compass, also from chemistry, like metability of gold. We have seen the examples. Okay, so ये जो imagery है, they are drawn from the physical sciences, and also the philosophical musing, you can also say, on human life, what is moral, what is morality. Okay, so yes, so you can just analyze this thing, that his poetry, it is very philosophical in tone. Okay, he's just philosophical. It is more about human life. Okay, and yes, this philosophical musing, when we see on morality, this is the rejection of Petrarchian convention of that time. And in that we see intellectual wit, we see metaphysical conceit, we have seen the examples. Okay, so you have to write it, you have to find those examples. Now you have to make a good summary of the poem. This is a very beautiful poem. Try to make the summary, try to reread it, re-listen the video. Okay, that's it for the poem today. Let's just meet in the next lecture. Thank you, students. Take care.